Journal of a Minecraft Adventurer, Days 23 to 25. As I woke up, fragments of the same story I had been following for a while pieced together in my head. Or, in simple words, I slowly remembered the dream I had. I was a little kid who went exploring into the forest too far and got attacked by a group of very angry, gray versions of the villagers. They seemed to be outcasts of the villager society. They were the ones who dived a bit too far into the realm of magic and sorcery. I shook my head to try to get the thoughts out of my head. I had stuff to do today, mostly chores, but that didn't matter. I got up grudgingly, as I had woke up early and gone to sleep late. I slowly crept to my basement and got on my armor. I then thought of what I had to do today and wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. I first had to go to my farm and harvest some plants. I harvested the plants and put them in their respective chests. I then had to care for my animals in the pens behind the farm. I fed them and checked on the pregnant ones to make sure they were okay. I then had to work on my basement. I got some logs and placed them to make the walls of the basement. I also put some chests with signs for organization purposes. Once I was done and officially dead on my feet, I walked up the stairs to my bedroom, and as soon as I hit the bed, I was asleep. I woke up as the fairy lights above my bed blinded me. Dang it, I was so tired that I forgot to turn off the lights, I thought to myself while rubbing my eyes. I went through most of my morning routine before I remembered the dream I was recording. But, thinking back, I didn't even have a dream that night. Maybe if you're tired enough, you don't have dreams. I don't really know how this vision stuff works. As I went on with my day, my thoughts were running a mile a minute. I kept speculating about why and how these visions kept appearing in my dreams. After a while, I noticed I wasn't getting anything properly done and went to the village for new info. I searched through their book collection. I could only find stuff about magic and teleportation. I then had an idea. Wasn't that religious monument thing a teleportation device? I could use the device to travel to the other village and check their book collection. I quickly ran over to the device and touched it. As my hand collided with the warm stone, I shut my eyes as tightly as I could. I counted to 5 in my head and opened my eyes. I was in the other village. I was in the middle of the forest, right next to the village. I said hi to the villagers, even though I never got any response. I then hastily jogged over to the village's library, of sorts. I opened the door and started scanning the shelves for books. As I read the titles, I found that they were sorted in alphabetical order. I looked for the books that started with the letter V. I scanned the shelves some more to realize that there was no letter V section. I frowned and went on my way back to the other village. In my sadness, I didn't realize it was nighttime and monsters were appearing everywhere around me. I pulled my shield out of my bag and equipped it. I ran back home and into my bed as quickly as I could. Before I fell asleep, I remember looking at my arms and seeing a few scraps from Skeleton's arrows. I fell asleep like I was slowly sinking into the mattress. My eyes slowly opened to see my small bedroom with only enough room for a bed. I sighed. I should have made a bigger bedroom, I thought, reprimanding myself for not thinking that far. I slowly slid out of my bed and put some clothes on. I walked over to my desk in the hallway and sat down. I wrote down my dream. Last night, I had dreamt of being a builder. In the dream, I had helped a huge group of builders build a religious temple that looked like a prismarine pyramid. After me and my group had finished building, we went home. My builder self overheard our leaders speak of rising waters. After I had heard this, my dream turned into flashbacks of the future. Flashbacks of rising waters and most of the buildings being underwater because of it. I wrote this all down and looked at it. The rest of the day was very uneventful, and all I did was finish some chores until the sun set and pondered my dream. By the time I went to bed, my muscles were sore from working in the fields all day. I peacefully fell asleep, drifting off into dreamland. Subscribe to my channel for more stories.